Hey everybody, this tip is for those folks who are new to the game or maybe have played for a while but don't really use the zones all that much. Now, it's not specifically a general zones video, but we are going to touch on what those are a little bit. But specifically, I want to talk about this invert button that you see next to some of the zones that I've created and what that can be used for, what its purpose is, what it's good for. So let's jump into this, guys. Hit that like button if this helps you out. If you've got other tips you want to share, leave me a comment below and I might make a video out of them there. So I appreciate that. Anyway, so I've got an established colony here, and you can see that we've got a couple of mechanoid structures on our map. So what I might want to do is tell my colonists to avoid this area of the map altogether. Now, one of the best ways to do that is by zoning. Now, you're probably familiar with things like the home zone, which is pretty much critical to playing the game. You've got to set up your home zone, you've got to pay attention to your roofs and stuff. But if you've never really noticed or played around, you can actually create your own zones. So you've got a whole list below the home that I've created personally. So to access these, you want to go down into the schedules tab where it says manage areas. Now, once we've got this pulled up, your list will probably be empty, or maybe it just has one that you need to rename. But you can add new ones here and we can create them. You can see as I add them, they also appear down here in the schedule list so that people can be assigned to these different areas and whatnot. Now, I'm going to keep them all restricted just for the moment. And what we're going to do is we're going to grab, let's delete a couple of these. We'll grab this one. Okay. Now this one I'm going to rename to just test, just for test purposes here, showing you guys what this one's all about. So once we've got it named, what we're going to do with the intention of keeping our colonists safely away from the mechs here, what I want to do is go back to my architect tab, grab the zones as we've got selected here, and we're going to expand the allowed area for the test zone that we just created. Now, what I want to do is I want to paint the area where I don't want my colonists to go. And you'll understand what we're doing here shortly. So we've got to understand one thing, like how big is the radius on this? Well, it's going to be able to shoot through this little gap all the way over to here. So let's lay the zone out. Let's expand the allowed area for test here. This way, boom, no colonists will enter the radius of these turrets here, basically. Now, the way we accomplish that is by inverting the zone. So you can see if we go back to our schedule, manage areas, we can kind of highlight the zone. You see it pop up there. Let me scroll out just a little bit more so you guys can kind of see it a little bit better, I think, this way. Okay, so you can see test is highlighted there. Now if I hit invert, okay, now you can see what we're getting at here. So the entire map has been painted with our test or safe zone, but except for what we actually labeled there, which is the perimeter of the turret. So if we then go into our schedule and set everybody to the test zone, they can go safely at any point in the map except for the blank area. So that's one really, really great use for the inversion button here on the zones. There are some other good uses for it for controlling animals and things of that nature, but play around with it a little bit, see what you can come up with. Like I said, leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think. Hit that like button, guys, and I will see you on the next one.